Hi guys, it's Blackie. Okay, one of my viewers asked about maintaining my axe in the field. Am I still using a kukri? Absolutely I'm still using a kukri, but I'm playing around with this little axe right now. And so that's the reason you're seeing it in a couple of my videos. So don't worry, I haven't abandoned the kukri, not by a long shot. I'm playing with this because I like the design, okay? But having said that, how you maintaining it in the field? Well, a lot of guys like to puck, and you've already seen that in many videos where you take it, tuck it in your arm, and sit here and go in circles with the puck. And that's a really good way to hone an axe. If you're dealing with a lot of softwoods and things, yes, go with a puck or some similar device. A diamond stone can be used to touch up the edge. But the problem that I encounter down here in my south is I'm chopping some fairly gnarly stuff, such as that big hunk right there of Alabama gold, hard fat wood that it's like chopping metal. I mean, it really is. And so what I carry in the field to maintain mine is a file, because you can chop and it wants to roll the edge, or you may hit and something inside that wood. It is very common down here in my part of the south to find nails and staples and things like that in wood. It's been used to hold up fencing. It was used for whatever. And so I've had firewood, that I've bought, put on the fire. When the fire was all over and the ashes went away, have 2 handfuls of nails laying in there. It's not uncommon to encounter something in that wood that's hard enough to ding up an edge, and a puck ain't gonna get rid of that. A file will. And I like one of these Nicholson files like this with this handle. It has a coarse and a fine side onto it. A lot of times you'll see these labeled as an axe file for that reason. It's flat, it has other uses, and I slide it into the pack usually, or along the bottom or something like that, or next to the frame depending on what I'm carrying. So if I'm going to be doing quite a bit of axe work, that's going to go with me so I can touch up my edge. Now it's not difficult to take the fine edge. I choke up on the axe like this and just lightly scour it just like you'd do with a hone. That will polish up and true up anything. At the same time, if I got a big ding out, I can turn around to the coarse side and bear down and get rid of that. Actually come from the back of the edge and go off like this. If I'm trying to roll out a burr, I want to hold it like this. I'll go up and butt it up against a tree, and I'll sit there, grip it like that, and I'll do this and move it out. Same way, if I'm just trying to hone it, just keep my edge up, I'll flip around that fine side and I'll sit there and simply do strokes like that, following the grid of the angle of the axe. Now, if that's too big, all you got to do is put this in the edge of something like a vise and hit it. Ping! It'll pop like it's made out of hard rock candy, and you make a shorter file. And I have done that in the past. I have taken a long file and I've busted it at about right there where my thumb is. And that way I have a lanyard loop to hang it up, and then I take a grinder or something and get rid of that sharp edge. That piece up there is ground into other things like a flint striker or some sort of tool or whatever. But the full length is not that big a deal, and I like full length axe file if I'm actually having to take one out, because I get a longer stroke. See, that's when my knuckles hit, so I get that much stroke as opposed to a short one where I get a 1/2 inch stroke. See what I'm saying? Instead of wearing out just one section of file, I'm using a much more long section of file. So for Blackie in the field, what is my preferred carry with an axe? A file. I am using this little Marbles single edge axe right now. It's the one that's got the wider bit. There's one that's narrower. I wasn't interested in that. I wanted this wide one because it's got this big flare right here and it fits in the hand and it's heavy. This is like a 1.5 pound head, something like that. It's a one-hand axe. It's heavy enough to do, you know, pretty good chopping and splitting of camp wood, and yet light enough it's not a burden to carry. Okay, that's the reason I'm experimenting with it. But would I carry the bigger axes? Absolutely. If I'm going to be doing a lot of chopping, I'm going to my next size up, which is my Norland canoe axe or boy's axe. And if we're getting serious, that's going to be the Gransford's Brooks big heavy axe, 5-pound head, or my double bit that I've got that's an American made. Any of those, if that's what I need as an axe, that's how they're going to do. But those are cumbersome to carry. Not a problem in a vehicle, not a problem in a canoe, but cumbersome on me. I've got carrying straps, don't worry. But this small pack size like this, so I can slide it into my rucksack and have a quick handy thing, that's what I'm experimenting with. Hope this gives you some ideas, guys. Please leave any questions or comments below. And once again, thank you very much for supporting my channel. If you haven't done so, please subscribe and hit the little bell with all the notifications. I'd really appreciate it. Till next time, this is Blackie wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.